have the student's identity on the website. So this is a way to get around that. So now we can list the members on the Globe team, and the manager create multiple Globe teams in their classroom, and then he or she can track what the student is doing for that team. There'll be the option also to associate team members and the measurements by a period, like a school year. Use these Globe teams year to year. They don't have to create new Globe teams every year for as the new students come into the class school year. And then the school page will show, the team page will show measurements for that school year. We'll have Globe teams. And then we talked about having teams linked to IVSS reports. So reports and badges can be displayed on the team page. Is there a question? Wow, this is great. All right, good to hear. Let's see, a new role, training classification, blah, blah, blah. It's in the process. We're working through the whole new trainer. All right, and then Tony talked about the process, and again, he provided the link if you want to learn more about that. It will include country coordinator approval of trainers and mentor trainers by mid-June. So more on this when it is ready to be released. And that is, I'll stop sharing. So a lot going on. There's other things going on as well. I just talked about some of the, so that's it, Desh. Desh is gone.
No, he is here, but I don't know. We can't hear him. Kunal, I have a question. Hi, this is Hina. Do we have any word limit if we content a new web content on the Globe website? Supposedly, I create a web page.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just write it down for you on the chat box.
Okay, yeah.
There was a question also in there from Rod, but Rod, was that in relation to the, you had another one before, let me see. You had one about collaboration and I can't see it now in the chat.
Yeah. A new or additional feature that will facilitate collaboration?
We don't have any. There are some discussions about improving collaboration, but it's not in this first round of enhancements. But it's something that we are aware of. We're focusing on, student accounts, Globe teams, improving the account creation process, all that stuff. And, we'll look at that further on down the line.
Thanks.
Is there a word limit for a new web page within the Globe web page.
If under the Asia
And
Pacific,
a
I believe-
page.
yeah, sorry.
If you create a new page and you want to add a page, we don't have a word limit.
But is it the existing page, Hannah?
Yeah, it's the existing page for the COVID situation page we have for Asia Pacific. After adding a
Wait,
few
wait.
it's the COVID page for the region. What we can do with Globe during the pandemic. That's the page we created for the Asia Pacific region for teachers and country coordinators.
Link, page
Uh,
URL.
And after adding a few
Can you put the
webinars
page
that we have,
URL in the chat?
you want the URL tag?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll put it on the chat.
okay.
In the meantime, if anybody has any questions, they can ask. I'm just finding the link.
I had it in my presentation, Hannah, and I wanted actually, why don't I could probably do it quickly here.
In other words, students will have a dashboard, but it will be a much simplified version of what I showed in the slide. They'll be able to, they won't have a lot of the other things that I was showing you. That's more for club members, and student accounts are very more limited.
In the chat, Cornell.
That is a long page. So are you saying at some point at the bottom, you can't enter in more information?
Yeah, after the last webinar details, we can't enter anything more. I think from 17th November onward, whatever webinars we have, we won't be able to put it on this particular page. So just wanted, if I put everything on this page, they say word limit is more than 256 KB or 2 something KB. Exactly, that's what it says.
I mean, content articles. So it's not one big long article, and you can break it up into multiple articles. That might make it easier for you to edit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing. We still have the same rules to create a new Globe school, right? If a Globe teacher want to, or if a country coordinator have to create a new Globe school, what will they do? Because I have an issue from one of the countries in the region that they are creating a new Globe school, but they are not being able to do that.
Are they not able to find where to go, or are they getting error, or?
They're getting error, I think. Because they say they are not being able to add globes, add any globe school to their country, even if they are using country coordinated account details or admin details.
And with the users and organizations, And then I went to organizations, then over here I clicked on school organization. Error, or is it, so then this page pops. So are they not able to get to this page, or they fill this out and they get an error?
No, they're getting an error. Let me just read for me. They
So
can't
I would
create,
just suggest that
new.
they
They
submit a
can't
ticket
create
to
a new globe school. Not. Yeah. What do you suggest?
if you get in an error, and then we'll see if we can figure it out.
We can send you the screenshot of the error, right?
Yeah. Let's see, go to the regular site. Under contact Globe. Quite your question,
Mhm.
you know, and the problem, and then the help desk will that way we can have a ticket in the system, and then we can better track, you know, identify the problem. There may be a simple explanation as to what's going on.
Okay, sure. I'll try it again, and if there is any query, I'll send you the screenshot, and we can put on this page also.
Yeah, if you want to try it, today and between today and tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll do that. Then we
I
can
can look
again
at it.
discuss tomorrow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One more. One. I think we
Just
have
send
one
me a
more.
screenshot.
There is one question from POM also. Colonel, there is a question from POM from Thailand.
From Ron. Ron, I think minors or students should not be allowed to open user accounts for themselves. The age of the person that's creating the account. We don't ask them their age. So we protect ourselves by not displaying their email, not displaying their name anywhere. Because there are minors right now, I'm sure they have Global Observer accounts that are entering data with their account. So we really can't prevent them to protect their identity. And again, if if the student is young, then it's not their email. It's a fake email that's used just for logging in, and the teacher then controls and manages the accounts. Let's see. Log in through email and password provided by the teachers. It would be possible to have at least username. So again, we don't want to actually have them use their real name. That's why we have the idea of this fun auto-generated names, their account name, because again, like many games do this. So they'll know their name and their avatar, but they're not identified. So have the students be able to enter in a real name for the account.
Good, Nag. We have one more question. So if we are sending a bulk email to the to partner dashboard, and we want to attach something to that particular mail, it's not getting attached, even that the attachment is on the document, Globe documents.
Bug that we're working on. Yeah, that detaches is not working yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So, thank you. Duplicate school and the school organization. Duplicate school. I'm not sure about that question. Is it school with the same duplicate school, same name?
Yes, the school add duplicate school in the database.
So um, yes.
Yes.
So you can delete the school yourself. If there are no members of the organization, you can go and you can delete it.
Don't you want to check to make sure there's no data under it too? Before you delete it?
Just associated with the school, she can delete it.
Yeah.
There are users she can't delete it. So if she said one was created by mistake and used, she can just delete it. But yeah, there are people, then she has to, then you can't. You got to move the users to another organization. You know, if it has measurements associated with it, you can't delete it. That's true.
Is there a way of merging at all? Data? Could you merge two schools?
I think right now, no, the data is associated with the organization. We can move to another organization, but the data is associated with the organization. Let's see. There's the link about COVID, talk about that. About her not being able to access the admin, and then right?
Yep. I can't seem to edit it, and so I've got two addresses that aren't correct anymore, and I can't seem to change it.
So you have to go into the organization under users and organizations. Maybe you can access, you can't see this right now because your permissions aren't set up right. Is that maybe the case? And you would
Yeah. Yeah.
edit, and you
I-
should see.
Okay.
So if you're not able to see that, then like I said, I need to look at your account to see if it's something not right. So my organizations.
I can see, no, I can't. I see users and organizations, and then it comes up with all the school and the people, but I
Yeah.
don't see the country coming up as an option there.
All right. So while the meeting is going on, I'll
Thank you.
see the chat. Okay, well, I think my hour is up. So as well. So if you have other questions, you can either post something in the chat or you can send me an email directly. I think in general, if you have questions on the website in the future, I would go to the help desk, submit a ticket, and then it will eventually get to us. If it's something, so that's the process. But between today and tomorrow, I can answer questions, and so you can just send me an email if you have any questions right here.
Any question? Thanks for wonderful presentation, showing us the new website. And also, if there are more questions tomorrow morning, I request if you have your questions, please bring them. Cornell will be with us tomorrow also, and he will be very happy
Yeah.
to react to your
Yep.
questions.
We'll have to do it somewhat early, so I'm not up till 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah. No, you are in the morning. So, and please go through this, and if you have any question, please ask him. And before I pass on to the questing, we have a director IPST here, who is the host for our 2022 Globe Regional meeting. Invitation to us for next year. Hopefully, we meet in Bangkok. Hopefully in Bangkok, face to face. So that.
Thank you very much, Professor Desh. I hope that the COVID-19 pandemic will be over pretty soon, and with the large region throughout the world in the year end. We hope for the best that early be able to meet face to face. And for that, we already planned the meeting. And if the situation goes hopefully in Pattaya, and we plan the excursion site, I think the best place to visit besides Bangkok, probably have been to Pattaya before. The nice thing about Pattaya is it's reasonably close to Bangkok and very convenient for to travel, probably less than 2 hours we get to Pattaya. And for the excursion site, we plan the large garden in probably in the region, which is called Suan Nong Nut. It has various kinds of sites for students to explore as well as study new things. So I think it's go really well with the theme of growth. And of course, to mention that the activity not only benefit all of us who come for the regional meeting, but also will greatly benefit visit as well as study about our meeting. So we really look forward to host the face-to-face meeting and also do another virtual meeting, and we have the backup plan for that as well. So yeah, all I would like to say is and looking forward to meet everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for inviting us to visit Bangkok. And we enjoy going to Thailand, which is a very active globe country. Have you any idea of the dates when it will be, so that we can?
2022 is a very special year for IPST ourselves because it's the 50th anniversary of IPS during that year. So hopefully, if we can organize the regional meeting in January, that would coincide anniversary date of our institute. So we plan something around mid to the end.
Thank you very much. We are going to start our New Year celebration from Thailand, inviting us from our CEO, and we are lucky in our region. We have no problems to finding the host. Always have to look for the host. Luckily in our region we have hosts. Thank you very much for inviting us for the regional meeting. Okay. Yeah. Now, any question? Any comments, Tony?
No,
We can hear you fine, Tony. Please go ahead.
okay, thank you. That's exciting, and it looks wonderful, and hopefully before January, hopefully we'll have more control over this virus and so on. So that'll be great, and it's good to hear that in case we're back in front of screens again next year, which I hope not, but you know, that's how it had to be for to meet in person and see each other again, because it is wonderful to meet in person. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any question, any comments to if you note that if you have anything, please send your question or your comments and suggestions through the chat box so that we can left over my presentations, but I can take it later. We have now some country coordinators presentation. Ready look like from Australia. I request Bill to make his presentation. In fact, Bill is very new to the Globe program. Activities, organizing webinars for the teachers, motivating the teachers and the students to join the Globe program. National meeting in Australia, hopefully. And yes, I see smiling, so it's okay. Now may I request Bill to make your presentation.
Just you need to stop sharing, Dash.
Yep.
No, you need to.
Yeah.
No one is sharing, Bill. You can share your screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just clicked on it and I could share, but
Slide?
nope.
No.
Yep, it looks like you're sharing now.
Okay.
थोड़ा पानी दे दो
So-
गुड़िया।
Just before I do my short presentation, I'd just like to acknowledge the phrase do an acknowledgement of country and traditional owners. So here where I am in Adelaide, the land is traditionally owned by and people who are the traditional custodians of the land. And I'd like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. So I actually work for, some people may already be aware of the CSIRO, which is the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation. CSIRO has been around for now, and I've been with CSIRO for around 10 years. So we primarily in Australia with about 5,500 people. IT roles, obviously, not all research, all the supporting roles as well that go along with a research organisation. But we also have interest in a fairly significant revenue contribution to the country through licenses, patents, and I suppose collaborative research. So probably one of the largest research organisations in the world. So I'm actually waiting to see the three. So we've got 3 facilities here in Adelaide, not the southeast, but the south of Australia. And the areas, the research areas where I am a food, nutrition, health and biosecurity and land section of research. We, as I say, we're 57 sites and about 5,500 people working on a variety of different research areas that you can see up there. I suppose one of the, most recent and I suppose most prominent research areas currently will be just fortunate to secure the space research and our headquarters for the recently organised Australian space for Adelaide, as we're often seen as the poor cousins to cities like Melbourne and Sydney. So education's been close to 40 years now, and we've sort of gone through a few transformations in that time. Primarily we work with students, now we work mainly with teachers, but we have a best mix of programs. Some are specifically targeted teachers and some, as I say, I mentioned, are students, and a variety of different formats. Some are competition format support. In total, we've probably got about 15 education programs, and you can see there's a snapshot up there. So this is from our education and outreach. As you can see there, we've got a link to the GLOBE program. So what I thought is, and Des mentioned the fact that I've been doing quite a few webinars and because I actually managed to do my first face-to-face workshop with teachers here in Adelaide. So it is just I suppose I give you a bit of a snapshot of the variety of different webinars and online presentations to teachers to try and engage more teachers. So the first, the number one up there was Science Australia, and they do a series of public talks. So they asked if I would present a public talk on the GLOBE program. So the focus for this particular area was around pedosphere, but really gave it, I suppose, in an hour, an overview as much as you can do on the GLOBE program and the benefits of GLOBE, not only geoscience, so organisations like geoscience as well might use the GLOBE program, and certainly, discuss the GLOBE program with some of the people, the general public that they engage with. One of the things that I've tried to do as well is latch onto World Celebration Day. That's, you can see a snapshot up there, is that was around International Day of Forests. So what I've tried to do is advertise Globe and try and find the connection, if you like, complement those particular international days in a way to get, often teachers are looking at something to do around those days, to celebrate those days, but not entirely sure what to do. Initiative where we can actually do that and try and get them to think about using the Globe program on those days. So the other one as well, the number one up there was the Trees Around the Globe campaign. So again, you know, getting schools and teachers to think about running that. And the way that we did that is, again, using the community trees icon, or the graphic that's labeled number 4 was a Facebook post in one of the STEM professional learning day that's actually operated in Canberra, but it's been online now for the past 18 months, 2 years, where we get 70 primary and secondary school teachers, usually around, we actually go through some professional development with the teachers around STEM, around the work that CSIRO do, how they might use things like open learning, teachers, students in their classrooms, and obviously a variety of other things. And that's a collaborative initiative between the Australian Science Teachers Association called Questacon, who are based in Canberra. So number 5 is just the kind of thing that we send out to teachers when they've registered, or anyone else for that matter, that I ran in early August. And again, you know, often I'll do things that are just general information, but then I've run 1 or 2 that are specific around particular posts. One that's at number 5 is, I think it was the Clean Air for Blue Skies campaign. So again, as I said, I've tried to actually back off those campaigns to, I suppose, highlight some of the possibilities and options using Globe in the classroom. So this, the one, the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies, again, is I suppose a world celebration day. But what we did is we have I don't know if a magazine that has a hard copy as well as an online e-copy for sort of middle school age students. So probably from 11 to 15 years old, and actually agreed to run a bit of a feature. So I did a brief description around the Globe Observer, and now you might use the Globe Observer app, the Clouds and Atmosphere app on that particular blue skies. And that was pretty well received, got a lot of good publicity out of that, and a lot of positive feedback. And again, they did, one of the things that they do fairly frequently is an extra, if you like, to the magazine. So they encourage students to keep cloud diaries, and again, a really nice, and our students and community and family might use the app. So as Desh mentioned, webinar. So I've done 7 in actual fact. I've done 8 webinars so far this year, and they're varied in attendance. We've had sort of 50 attend, and we've had half a dozen or so attend. But I think the sign that things are improving, certainly for us here in Australia generally. A few weeks ago, in fact, I think probably 3 weeks, teachers' annual conference took place. So I frequently have a session in that. So my session this year was on the Globe program. So I spent an hour with primary and secondary school teachers again, how they might use a globe in the classroom. And we looked at the visualized system, how they might use that, and looked at some of the protocols and how they might actually go. So over the past sort of 18 months or so, I've recruited, it's now actually 115 approved accounts, teachers, educators, 48 Globe teachers trained through a variety of different methods. Most recent ones, obviously, are e-trained ones. And we've got just over people using the Globe Observer app now in Australia. So there's just gives you some indication of the sort of spread of the teachers or / educators that have, so pretty well spread. Not much in the middle of the country, but there's not much in the middle of Australia anyway. So you wouldn't expect much. So there's a few areas I'd like to have a look at. In northern Queensland, I think we could probably a bit more effort in there and do some target marketing to those people. One of the things that I often get asked by teachers is initiatives that we took on fairly early in the piece was to look at the Globe protocols and as best as we could align them to the Australian curriculum at the moment. But this is a good start and gives teachers a pretty good feel for where in their teaching programs they might incorporate the Globe. One of the challenges that we have in Australia with the Globe program, like most countries I suspect, is that because a good number of the American education system, most of our, I suppose, flora in Australia is evergreen. So one of the things I've done is have a look at some of the introduced species, but some of the native species where students can actually look at an alternative, still use the theory behind context. So we're part funded by the Australian Space Agency. So this is important that we actually sit down and map, and I suppose a schedule for Globe. So this is what we did. We sat down and identified where we can align to some of those special international celebration days that the Australian Space Agency are actually doing. One of the things that the Space Agency has been really kind and generous in doing, and we're hoping that this is going to be in Australia, is that they've actually offered to fund a number of what we've called data collection kits. The data collection kits vary in complexity in microcontrollers such as Raspberry Pis and Arduinos, which is what you can see up there. Or alternatively, if teachers are not happy with that, what we're doing is we're going to offer them, if you like, the full package where we can supply all the equipment that they need and the code already written. So all they need to do is fix it that's appropriate. Or we can supply them with the components, get the students to assemble the components and write the code as well. I must admit, coding, the plan is, and this is really, again, really exciting for us here in South Australia. The Space Agency recently opened a space plan is for myself to actually offer some, if you like, some Arduino, using the Arduino's hardware and software coding, some preferred education centre. So that's needs a little bit more discussion and working out how we're going to do that, but a really exciting development in that space. As I said, they don't have the time, so we're also going to offer some standalone sensors. And again, what we're trying to do is trying to get teachers to understand that you don't need expensive, complex equipment. Simply go out there and do some manual data collection using nets and thermometers and obviously observation. So when I do talk to teachers, the benefits of using the GLOBE program, and obviously I'm preaching to the converted because everyone here is bought into the GLOBE program in one form or another. But they're in it. Like everyone else, we've had our challenges. You know, we're really pleased with the number of teachers that we've actually recruited and got approved accounts. The big challenge at the moment, and those hybrid models that some people are still doing, is to actually get teachers now to go through the protocol training and start doing the data collection. Hopefully, now, if things continue to improve the way that they have, to start doing some face-to-face work with teachers and go through that protocol training with teachers in a face-to-face on time. So that's essentially what's happened in Australia. We've been pretty active and fairly pleased with the numbers. We just need to get more people collecting. Again, I'd like to mention that this is a collaboration. The Space Agency, as part of their strategy to get more students in industry, in the space industry, they approached us to deliver this program in a partnership, and we're pleased to do so. So that's it from.
Ash, could I ask a
Thank
question? When you were doing the webinars with the teachers, you said that for some of them you did protocols. You focused on what you train protocol through the webinar, or in the webinar, I guess.
Yeah. So basically, what I did, Tony, my friend, you know, the fact that the process for doing the protocols is essentially a PowerPoint and then an online assessment, multiple choice assessment.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask now?
Yeah.
It is a very, very nice presentation in the chat box. If you could have a look at it, I think I don't want to spend people's time. Okay, thank you.
I can answer that question now if you like. Yeah, so into an Excel spreadsheet, and then they will have to, unless someone's got an easy way of doing it, the GLOBE database.
Okay, because I think the GLOBE team actually has started an API. To send data directly from the Arduino. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So what they're currently doing, Chris, is they're using Bluetooth or an SD card. Those, which the thing is as well, the challenge is getting them out in the field because they're battery powered.
Oh. Okay.
So there's a limit as to what we can actually put on there.
Right. Thank you for sharing.
No worries.
And also showing us how GLOBE is progressing in Australia. I think this is great way you are doing. Thank you very much. And request this next presenter from Japan, our official photographer Nishi. She has told me that so that she can take the group picture. Nishi is okay. Everybody, please open your video.
Okay.
Is Nishi, everybody has opened the video?
Not yet. I'm waiting.
Otherwise, you will not be in the picture.
Okay.
Dr.
They
Phelan
want-
has multiple.
Okay, everyone ready? I will take a picture. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a moment. Can everyone thumb up? Okay, thank you. Okay. Three. Perfect. Thank you very
Okay, she
much.
sent to the email so that we can share with
Okay.
everyone.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Dr. Tomio-san, country coordinator from Japan, to give her presentation, and wonderful country, you know, and we are very happy and welcome you at this.
Thank you for introduction. And I will share my slides. Is it okay?
Yeah, we can see the screen.
Is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, it's very nice to see you again in virtual meeting. And today I will talk about the recent situation of global activities in Japan and also 2021. And as with the other countries, 2020 is the hard year for us because all the financial support pandemic. And however, we try to get new funding to continue global activities, and we will start a new program from 2021. As you have already known, Globe Japan Center has been set in Tokyo Gakugei University since 1995. And we support Globe teachers training workshop and Globe meetings, Globe school visit, and offering information on Globe global activities. Since 1995, Japanese Ministry of Education called Mixed has supported financially for us, and we organized 2 years, supported almost 200 Globe schools during the past 25 years. Although 2020 was the second year of program, all the activities supported by Mixed has stopped by COVID-19 pandemic. And Mixed decided to withdraw from supporting Globe. Even under such situation, 8 schools among 12 Globe schools in the 13th period have continued their observation independently without. Now we are under the third state of emergency in Tokyo and other 3 prefectures. 25th April and will continue until 11th May. During the first state of emergency, all schools closed for all the regions. And after that, schools have been all open and students can learn at their schools, although some activities such as field studies. Under such situation, some Globe schools have continued their observations. I will show one of the examples. The school name is Hiroshima Prefectural Gyeonggi High School. They continue their observation of water quality at the two sites located near their school. At the site closest to the school, they conducted observation more than 200 times the data of water temperature and pH. For supporting such global activities and continue we try to get funds from our own university and also mixed. In order to convince the leaders, including the president of our university, as the director of Global Implementation Office. We are very grateful to Tony and Dish for their kind support. We also applied by mixed. Unfortunately, our new Globe project focusing on SDGs could get the budget. The section is the different one, which has supported the previous Globe program, which is not financial, but US Embassy in Tokyo and NASA kindly supporting our activities. Here shows the schedule of new Globe Japan activities. We have 3 plans to organize Globe activities. The first one is web publishing of online materials in Japanese. We will translate the Globe e-training materials in Japanese and share them to schools. The second one is organizing Globe workshop. The Globe teachers will join in the workshop and discuss about how to take in Globe activities into the curriculum within some web. The third one is organizing Globe training workshop and forum. We will call for participation, not only school teachers, writing with schools to join in Globe and do training workshops to get Globe accounts. In 2019, people of mixed were the country coordinators of Japan. But from this year, we would like to change the 4 members of Globe Japan, and including me. Based on the cornered presentation, I found out that I can edit Japan's contact page by myself, so that I will change the names after. Here are the old members, Globe Japan Center. So we will try our best to organize Globe program in Japan this year and in the.
Thank you very much for your presentation. The year 2021 of the Globe Japan, and also the annual conference which you plan July 12 to 16 conference for the Globe. This is great. Any comments, any suggestion, questions from anyone? Tony, you have any question to ask?
The letter that we wrote was of help in the situation, and also just a reminder to folks that if you or Lynn Wigbells, the international coordinator, and I are happy to write those letters. If you give us them so that we can help if we can. And sometimes these letters can help, which is great, just as in the Japan situation, but other times. And so we're very happy to write letters like that if you're in a situation that you think it might be helpful. So.
Thank you.
This KNCF or Toyota Foundation, they also give funding for such activities for the environmental education activities. Radio any time
Sorry, I beg you. Yeah.
KNCF for Toyota Foundation.
Foundation?
Toyota Foundation.
K Drain Natural Conservation.
Sorry?
Okay, I write in the chat box, okay. Okay. And Toyota Foundation. Education activities.
Oh. We did not adopt those foundations because of the fund is not suited for, I think, this growth program. Is it okay?
It's okay, yeah. It's okay. Any more questions or suggestions? This has been Japanese active and also the presentation which was made by students last time. And I thank you very much for joining us, and please encourage you if some students and the teachers want to join us at this meeting.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is from Micronesia. Is Quincy around here? Lawrence? Quincy? Okay, if Quincy is not around here, Yoginda from Nepal. Yoginda?
Yes, sir. I'm present.
Hey, I will look after him. Okay, yeah.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, all of you. Now it is still morning in Nepal. I think good afternoon and good evening, good night. So the better one is namaste. So that one single word is enough for all countries. Today we are going to have this country report in virtual meeting. So just to give the brief information about ECA, as I belong to by ECA, and as it is established in 1987. It's a non-government, and it has been working for the promoting different environmental technology in Nepal, and it has been pioneer to many technologies, and because of that, we were getting many international platforms. So these are some of the awards which kept in slide. Another is to youth to children, children to community, so that it makes easy to transfer the knowledge to the community and also get the information from this make us very easy to implement different activities, and also for this we got the Rolex award. ECA, the Environmental Camps for Conservation Awareness. Its mission is ECA shall be a professional volunteer securing sound ecological feature, uh, and ECA shall support the development of conservation related entrepreneurship. So these are the children to community and community to expert. We disseminate information like that way, and accordingly we develop the project and plans and design. Have different approach and field of work. These are the some of the field of works which we have been following through our organization, mainly on environment management, nutrition, food security, enhancing livelihood, education for sustainable development and school environment improvement, child rights and development, appropriate water and sanitation and hygiene education. And after earthquake, we started working in redevelopment and reconstruction also. Status. As you all know that we launched Globe in Nepal in March 2000, and private schools and government agencies, and ECA as a country coordinator line office. And we had started in many schools, and 5 schools in Kathmandu Valley and 15 schools in East Nepal. And for funding context, we are having self-funding from different we got fund from the Globe, and we have been implementing protocols on atmosphere, hydrology, land coverage. So due to this COVID pandemic, we couldn't do much on in 2020. There was when there when there was slight flexibility on in March, we did 3 mosquito awareness trainings and training on schools, where we are able to train around uh, 60 60 students. And so we took that opportunity, but suddenly after that it again lockdown, so we couldn't run much program during this year. So we had IM situation. The committed 5 LMT, which we did 4 in the past, 2019 and 20, thought that we completed during this um, uh, freedom of this lockdown during February and March. So we did in 15 schools. So as all know that we have been attending in virtual meetings, and I got opportunity to present wetland in Nepal and Lake Pokhara Globe expedition. So yes, it was great to present that, and of course course I have been at. And during COVID-19, we were busy with providing training on chlorine making and sanitizer for students. And we had supported around 100 schools with chlorine and 50,000 marks for the school students and teachers. It has helped school to reopen their children in schools. That time, Globe students had helped a lot, and they were very active during that time. And I had one opportunity to have one online meeting with Nepal US Embassy, official director Laura G. Jurajik, and Mr. Jaypal Shrestha on April 3. And that time I informed about the Globe activity in Nepal and possibility future programs, about the Globe Plus Post program. And accordingly, ECA submitted the application for 5 schools. And in that application, it was mentioned basic atmosphere, hydrosphere, and pedosphere equipments, sets value at $500 each, supplied by youth. So I did communication with the US Embassy and I applied for that. I hope the new Nepal US Embassy on that. And in coming days also, I'm planning to do some more meetings with her, possibly. And then talk about the meeting for this child conference, mainly for the Globe School Conference. I'm planning for mainly to increase the participation of private schools by developing Globe programs regarding Globe protocols and increase the number of training protocols, organize orientation, interaction programs on Globe program for the implementation for like-minded organization and organize holders, integrate Globe activities in Paris ongoing program and new proposals, developing monitoring mechanism for consistent data entry in Globe website. These are progress of Nepal, and I think I will try more in coming days. Thank you. Is there any questions?
Thank you very much, Yogendra, for wonderful presentation. You are never now Globe country, and I'm sure that Nepal will also help us promoting Globe in Bhutan country. And I'm sure that India, Nepal, Bhutan will be quite active Globe triangular influence. Any comments, any suggestion, any question?
No questions, just the Globe Plus, I can't say it, Globe Plus is a great initiative that sees, which is Dr. Dixon Butler's foundation that he's involved with. And so I believe all of those applications are in the pool, I guess, of ones that are being considered for funding. So that should be, they should be announced pretty soon, I think, too.
Okay, if there is no question, thank you very much, Yogendra. Just to inform you that we have put up this meeting on the security laws by anyone when we are having the proceedings. We will have presentation from New Zealand week. And after we will get together after 1 hour. Before we break, may I request New Zealand, Victoria to make please her presentation.
Want me now, Dish?
Yes, yes, yes. We got your
Okay.
presentation. Thank you much.
Sure.
Send presentation.
Let me just see
Yeah.
if my connection will allow that. Yeah, it's great. Let me go back to the beginning. Can you see that all right, everyone?
Yes, I can see it.
Give me some feedback. I'm just going to move. Sorry. Stand by. I'm just going to move rooms because there's still people working here. Okay. I've lost my connection. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but cannot see the presentation.
Okay, let me try that again. External. Something is.
Go to share screen and your presentation.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a really flickering and it's not letting me do anything because I've just had to undock. I may have to just exit the Zoom break.
Do you have some connection issue, Victoria?
Yeah, but my screen is going haywire. So just let me exit out and I will come back in. If someone else wants to go, they can.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
And we can have a 1 hour break. And after 1 hour, if you can fix up your connection, then we can have after your presentation. Hello.
So we come back in an hour, Ash? Is that?
Yeah, we have a according to our schedule.
Yeah.
And then we can, what is Manila time now? What is the Taiwan time now?
1:53 p.m.
2 o'clock Manila time, 1 hour break as our schedule. And after that, we will continue our
2 p.m. Manila time.
Yes, 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's okay. 5 minutes grace time.
5 minutes. Okay.
2 o'clock we start with the Manila time.
One presentation now and then break for 1 hour.
1 hour we have a break and after that we start.
Yeah,
And,
let's give on to another country.
And also RCO presentation. For this morning session, this has gone very well. Wonderful. Thank you very much, everyone. You know, I feel that these have been more useful. Like we did not miss that. We don't have face to face. 12 countries out of 16, 75% presentation of the country coordinators of the countries is really good. And this is With our webinars, our activities, we have always connected, and this is a good sign that even this very difficult time, thanks to Tony, thanks to Skype for joining, and Cornell from joining us, making this event wonderful. Also, Globe Thailand for inviting us next year to visit Bangkok and Pattaya. Alien and his team have done one which has been really appreciated by all. Anyway, it's good and wonderful. Thanks, everyone. Please join after 1 hour. Please be again with us after 1 hour. Any question, any suggestion, any comment? After 60 minutes.
See you then.
See you then after 1 hour. Yeah.
So
Yep.
now we can disconnect this, no? We can leave this.
We can disconnect this and we have a
Because
new
no,
link
no.
for the next session.
Okay, yes, okay.
Are you going to send that out, Hannah, then?
is
Tony,
already
I've
sent.
already sent you the link.
Oh,
The link is sent.
We
to
can
the
leave
team.
the meeting and, okay, thank you.
Dash.
thank you.
Dr. Desh, I think Palium sir.
No.
Do we need to log in with another link?
Yeah,
New
the new link is already on the mail that Dr. Desh sent to everybody. There are 2 links for day 2, right? Today, a forenoon and afternoon. The second session, you have to click the link for the second session. We will just send the another link. Dr. Desh will send a mail to everybody just right now, just in a few minutes with the link. If you have any query or any issues with the link.